Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. Oklahoma is leading the nation in securing our communities and keeping our residents safe. And it's thanks to our brave law enforcement from across the state and our leadership. When my administration, we're super focused on being the top 10 state, or really number one state as far as public safety is concerned. Oklahoma Highway Patrol has adopted, I'm going to go through a couple of things that we've just implemented recently, but Adopt a School was a big one, where every trooper is spending dedicated time throughout the week at a local school all across Oklahoma. And then we're also trying to engage the local police departments, the sheriff departments to do the exact same things, to work along with our school resource officers that do a great job of keeping our kids safe. I did an executive order where we're training law enforcement all across the state of Oklahoma on the latest active shooter situations, something as we've all seen as Americans, some things happen in other states. I wanted Oklahomans, that our law enforcement, to be prepared for the latest techniques to handle that threat. We've performed threat assessments in public schools, private schools all across Oklahoma. We launched the Protect OK app, which I actually have downloaded on my phone as well, to give parents, to give students, and really all Oklahomans a single place to report any kind of suspicious activity. At the end of 2024, we launched Operation Guardian. Operation Guardian was there to address some of the illegal activity that was happening with folks that really shouldn't even be in our state anyway. And I've tasked Tim Tipton to work with the Trump administration for people that are currently in our prisons, to work with ICE to get them out of our state. And in January, we saw an ISIS-inspired maniac person down in New Orleans, and so there was an event going on. People were celebrating down in Bourbon Street, and they drove a truck through and murdered some innocent people. It was heart-wrenching to see this evil is out there. Just days ago, it was all captured all over the news. We saw in Boulder, Colorado, as some anti-Semitic person was flame throwing to a group of probably mostly Jewish Americans that were there, peacefully protesting. And so we're just seeing some of these kind of attacks happen. And as we look forward to the big events here in Oklahoma, I just want to make sure that as Oklahoma, we're as well prepared as we can to address any of these threats. So tonight we have the Oklahoma City Thunder game coming up, and then we're going to have a championship parade hopefully in a couple of weeks. And so the whole world's going to be looking at our city. But more than that, I was talking to Tim Tipton, and I said, hey, we've got parades going on, and we've got big events all over our state that happen all the time. And I said, hey, we're also top 10 in people moving to Oklahoma. And when I see this stuff happening, I want to make sure, not on my watch, I want to make sure that we are prepared. So what do we do to put a best practice guide together for the local mayor and police and the public officials all across Oklahoma to make sure that they're prepared and they know what resources we have at the state level that we can support them. So that was the reason that we're here today. And I think it's a great idea. Tipton went back and he said, we can do this, Governor. So we launched Secure Oklahoma Now, NOW. It's an initiative to support all of our first responders in securing the 100 events that we have every year throughout the state of Oklahoma. So today we're saying not on our watch. It's not going to happen here. The Secure Oklahoma Now Advisory Council included public safety professionals from all over the state of Oklahoma. And under the leadership of Secretary Tricia Everest and Commissioner Public Safety Tim Tipton, the council has created a guide to serve as the standard for securing our public events, our festivals, our parades, our sporting events that may happen all over Oklahoma. So we want to encourage our communities, our mayors, our police, our fire, first responders, emergency personnel to implement these best practices reflected in this guide. And I also want to highlight a few of the incredible resources and assets that are available to all of our communities. So the Oklahoma Counterterrorism Intelligence Center is now available to conduct threat assessments for events across Oklahoma. So we have a great technology team that is working behind the scenes, and we want our locals to know that they can access that. The Oklahoma Office of Homeland Security has a team available to consult on interagency communications and coordination for any event that happens. We've got Oklahoma Department of Public Safety has a drone response team that can also help monitor any counter threats from drone activity that may happen. Those are a threat that could possibly be happening in today's technology. And tonight, as thousands of Oklahomans and people from across the country pour into Oklahoma City to watch the Thunder game, open the NBA Finals, our law enforcement will have the tools and the coordination to keep everyone safe. And now I want to invite Tim Tipton, our Commissioner of Public Safety, the mastermind behind this, to come up and speak a little bit about it and give you some more details. Thank you, Tim.
So when the governor asked us to put together this resource guide and standards, of course, we turned to great partnerships at the city, county, state, and federal level to assemble a group of subject matter experts that could help us develop a plan. There's very few states in the country that have a standard set for gatherings, large or small. And so, of course, the governor's desire, and like he's done with a lot of other public safety initiatives over the course of his time in office, was out in front of this, and we feel as though we put together a good product. It'll be a living document that as new technology emerges, both on the threat side and the response side, we can continue to keep Oklahomans safe. Every day, us, the people in this room with uniforms and that work in public safety and emergency management, we look at threat assessments every day, right? What are the things that we need to be doing to help keep our citizens safe? And we really break that down into two areas. The first one, of course, is prevention. What can we do to stop the threat from happening before somebody's harmed? So prevention is always our primary goal. But then we also have to be prepared for response. If that bad thing happens, then how do we respond? How do we mitigate the amount of damage or harm or hurt that our citizens might be affected by? So that's exactly what this resource does, is help prevent and then respond in a proper way by having this set of standards out there. So like the governor said, he tasked us with this back in January. The group has met numerous times to get input and feedback and to develop this. It's kind of ironic that it ends up being the day of the start of the championship series that we're able to unveil this. The product is now live. It can be accessed through the Oklahoma Office of Homeland Security website, as well as Department of Public Safety website, the Oklahoma Counterterrorism Intelligence Center website, and a variety of other state and partner websites that are municipal and county public safety agencies will also post it. So it's very available for event planners from whatever jurisdiction they are to be able to utilize that and find the resources that they can use. So we already have a pretty high standard for success in the state, and it's one of those deals that there's really no room for failure on our part. We've got to make this work every time. So this is a kind of a live shot of what the resource guide looks like, and if you have questions about it, we can answer those. I would like to invite the people up who have helped us take place, and let the governor be able to give them an award. So Rohit Ray is with the Oklahoma Office of Homeland Security. Sheriff Tommy Johnson is here and took a big part in helping us get this work done. Michael Merritt, Sheriff of Comanche County is also here and sat on our committee with us as well. Michael Merrick, Sheriff of Comanche County. J.D. Younger, Chief of Police of Edmond Police Department. Nate Tarver, Chief of Police of Oklahoma Police Department.
Nate's retiring after 47 years of law enforcement.
We've got a representative here from the Oklahoma Office of Emergency Management. He's not available here, so Ron, take that for her. And a representative from the Oklahoma OPTIC, from our Counterterrorism Intelligence Group, Alan Young, when they will be here. Yeah, and once again, I would want to tell the media that's in the room to make sure, and the app, the Protect OK app, just like tonight's event that's getting ready to start, you know, that prevention piece is critical, that every citizen in Oklahoma know if it's a 911 call you need to make, then call 911. But if there's something that you see that causes you concern, the app is available for every citizen to be able to use. Upload the app, and our criminal intelligence analysts are monitoring that 24/7. So, yeah, unless we have any questions, I think we're finished.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Tipton? Thanks, everybody. Thunder up.